Hey, I'm Mr. James from Charm City Karate. I'm going to give you guys another home workout drill. This one is for slipping. This is a little gizmo I put together. I used a balloon, a piece of string, and some bird seed. So you could use any kind of line. You could use fishing line, rope. You know, it doesn't really matter. You just need something you can hang it from. Balloons are good. Any kind of balloon will work. I just used one that I had left over for my daughter's birthday party. And I used bird seed because I didn't need like a 40-pound bag of sand. If you've got sand at home, use sand. Potting soil, doesn't really matter. I used bird seed because when I'm done, I'm probably going to take this balloon outside and pop it to get rid of it. And I figured I'd have happy birds. If you're going to tie this thing to a branch outside, you can use bird seed too, because sooner or later the balloon's going to give. It doesn't really matter. You can fill it with anything. I would not fill it with rocks. Fill it with gravel and you miss, it's going to hit you in the head. That might really suck. But if you're a slow learner, maybe that'd be a good thing. I put the green tape on the balloon really just to give you a better contrast and tracking on the video. It's not there for anything else. So this is going to give you a slip drill for your head. You could make the balloon lower and use it as a slip for your body. You probably even do the same thing for like kicks. What you want to do when you're slipping a punch to the head is you want to let the punch go by your head by as small of a margin as you possibly can. So really, it should go past your ear, and you should kind of feel it in your hair. Right? So like if this thing's coming at me, I really want it, you can't see behind you. All right? I want it to go by on either side by as small of a margin as I can. All right? Like I felt that one in my ear, that's okay. If a punch tickles your ear as it goes by, it's not really a bad thing. When you're learning how to slip, it's not about tournament fighting anymore. I've been in a couple of tournaments where I slipped a guy's punch. They stopped us and they gave the guy a point. And I said, he didn't touch me. And they said, well, his hand went past your head, so if you were really fighting and he wanted to hit you, he could have. My point was, I didn't let him hit me. They said, oh, but he could have. So, if you're going to slip, understand it's not going to work in a tournament because they're going to think the other guy was so good he could have touched you, but he didn't. Not you were so good you could have made him not touch you. They don't care. The other thing is, with a big bulky headgear, even like boxing, sparring gear, it can be really hard to slip because not only are you thinking about your head, you're thinking about like another 2 inches of gear sometimes. So what would get your head out of the way doesn't always get the gear out of the way, and it'll bonk the gear and you're like, oh, I thought I got out of the way. Right? So what you want to do is start out with a slow, gentle swing. You're just going to let it swing, you're going to move. Swing and move. Okay? A slow, gentle swing. Okay? When you get the hang of that, you can speed up the swing a little bit. All right? You can have more time in between, but when it's coming at you, it's going to come faster. All right? If it hits you, it's going to bonk you. But look, it's not going to smash you in the head. It doesn't hurt that much. I would set it up so it catches you in the forehead. Getting bonked in the nose isn't that great. But bird seed isn't a big deal. Sand's not a big deal. Again, if you fill it with rocks, it's going to suck. It's not a bad idea to practice tucking down so that you catch it right here on the crown of your forehead if you're going to mess up. It's one of the hardest, if not the hardest parts of your body. So if you know you're going to get punched in the head, tucking down to take it right there, real good idea. It's a good way to break the other guy's hand, not take too much damage yourself. All right? So you want to slip this, let it go by, let it go by. Okay? Just get in the habit of that. Once you got the hang of that, okay, you get the hang of just letting it slip and go by. Right? And really, it shouldn't take much foot movement. This is all about your head. Right? You can even set it up like going in circles or something weird like that if you want to practice like slip-in hooks. All right? Okay, so you want to practice slipping on the inside of a hook? Slip on the inside of a hook. Or slipping, well, slipping on the inside of a roundhouse, actually. Or slipping back from a hook. You can practice that too. All right? Then when you get the hang of all that, you can start working where you're going to slip and throw your counter. Slip and throw your counter. Slip and throw your counter. Okay? Keep this in mind. As far as boxing is concerned, if it goes over this shoulder, you're slipping a jab, which means you're going to counter back with a jab. If you're slipping it over this shoulder, you're slipping across, so you're going to counter with a cross. All right, so slip and jab, slip and cross. Jab, cross. All right? When you get the hang of that, of course, you can always throw a combo. All right? So, jab, cross. All right, try not to anticipate, because you start to anticipate the other guy's shots, that's when he's going to get you. Okay? And then, if you get really good at it, you can always try and throw, like, see how I messed that up. You can try and throw a combo, so you do like a 1-2. Boom, hook. Okay? Slip that, slip, throw a hook underneath. All right, so you start throwing different stuff. All right? This is pretty easy to work with, pretty easy to set up, and it's cheap. All right? Even if you don't have a balloon, a thing of string or twine, and some bird seed sitting around. I think the bird seed cost me $4, bag of balloons, 99 cents, and a whole thing of string, I think it's like $2, so what? $7 total? Under 10. Easy, cheap, and a decent way to practice. All right, so, till next time, I'm Mr. James at Charm City Karate. Practice, work on your slips. I'll see you next time.